kicking back on this summer breeze. Welcome to Double K's Classroom. Class is officially in session.
The following Four Aces production is for mature audiences only. Listener discretion is highly advised.
Oops, sorry about that, y'all. What's up? This is Double K, and I'm bringing you this week's edition of Double K's Classroom. This week I am here to talk to y'all about the Super Bowl, which y'all heard me say a couple of weeks ago that was going to be won by the one and only Mr. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, and it was. And what did I say, guys? If he wins this game, he will have went on basically one of the greatest runs pretty much ever in the history of the sport. Like he beat basically two for sure lock Hall of Famers, and one we're pretty sure is going to be a Hall of Famer in Patrick Mahomes. So like let's recap this. First, he started out in Washington and knocked off the comeback kid of the year, Alex Smith, in the Washington Redskins with that young defensive line with Chase Young and them boys. Then he went in to New Orleans and dropped off Drew Brees and the Saints at the bus stop and told them, Drew, we'll see you on the other side, brother. Then they proceeded to move on and take out Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Despite a late push by the Packers, the Buccaneers were able to get the win, and despite Tom Brady throwing 3 interceptions. In the Super Bowl, the Chiefs had no such luck, and hoping to see that version of Brady as he just basically picked them apart. Tom Brady was 21 to 29. He only had 201 yards, but for 3 touchdowns. Leonard Fournette helped lead the running core in just dominating the Chiefs and their defensive line. I will give Suave credit. He consistently reminds me and talks about the fact that that the Chiefs were without their some of their best offensive linemen. So, bravo to Patrick Mahomes and them for putting up a fight. But this was just Brady's year. I felt it last week. I felt it like when they hit the playoffs. I don't even know if my vaunted San Francisco 49ers from last year could have stopped Brady this year. I'm not saying that team's that good. I'm saying it was that much destiny happening this year. They held Patrick Mahomes to 270 yards passing, 0 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. But he don't get it twisted. Patrick Mahomes got himself some plays. He got himself a lot of plays, and with Edwards-Helaire and company only combining for like 105 rushing yards, I think. Edwards-Helaire had 60. Travis Kelce going for the most yards by a tight end in the Super Bowl with 133, 10 catches. I can say, I'm proud of these boys that they rocked and rolled it, but sorry, back-to-back is hard to do for this exact reason. You're never looking at the same team twice, even if you go back-to-back. So, congratulations to the Chiefs on winning last year. Congratulations to Tom Brady. Now, to me, guys, this puts him squarely at the top of the GOAT conversation, period. Like, people can say, oh, Joe was undefeated. That's about the only argument I can come up with that makes sense as to why you could ever say that Joe is better than Tom Brady. He's the undefeated thing, because Tom has him in every other thing. Tom went to 10 Super Bowls and won 7. Went to 10 and won 7. Now, I'm going to touch on a little bit of basketball right here, because there's a lot of LeBron fans going, see, that's what we're talking about. He won 7. 70% of the time that he went to Super Bowls, he won. Not 30, not 40% of the time, not 4 and 6, not 3 and 7. He's 7 and 3. So this puts him square in the middle of that GOAT conversation. Whether you like him or not, then once they're square in the middle of the conversation, it's just really a matter of preference. Do you prefer Joe Montana? Do you prefer Tom Brady? It's up to you. I personally, being a Niners fan, I lean more towards Joe, but every time that Tom does something like this, it makes me think to myself, wow, like, what else? What else can this man do? So, all right. That being said, let's go ahead and switch on over to the Warriors update. And let's see. The Golden State Warriors are coming into a matchup against the one and only Kevin Durant, the man that helped lead the team to 2 championships in a 3-year period of time that he was with the team. And he's going to be a handful, because it's going to be him, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden. The 3 of them are teamed up in Brooklyn, and that will be the Warriors' next game. The Warriors' last 2 games, they managed to pick up 2 wins over the Spurs and the Magic. They've been looking pretty good, sitting at 14 and 12. I believe they're sitting in the 8th seed right now. They haven't lost 3 in a row. They haven't won more than 2 in a row. But who knows? They might surprise Brooklyn and snatch a victory. They did it against the Lakers. They did it against the Clippers. Why not against Brooklyn? The Warriors are that damn good. If you look at this roster up and down, it's an impressive roster. You have who is it? You have Kelly Oubre Jr., who's playing amazing defense. You have Andrew Wiggins, who's playing both sides of the ball heavy. Like, I think he's averaging 24 a game. You have Draymond, who's back in Stroll with 5 straight games with 15 assists. My God, man. This team is ready to rock and roll. They're not championship contenders. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that they're just a damn good basketball team, and they need to be respected as such. They might go out in the first round, but you never know. This is a team that could go out in the first round or could get hella hot and get hella good and all of it. Because remember, they're like last night, like the game against the Spurs, and Spurs are a good team. They won that without any of their centers. Marquise Chris is out with a broken leg. James Wiseman is out with wrist issues, and Kevin Looney's out with a sprained ankle. So they're doing this with no centers at all. I'm very impressed with that. I don't know about y'all. Y'all might not be, but I think that this Warriors team, when finally put together, and I think when you add in Marquise Chris, will be a damn good team overall. Like, I think this will be a team that everybody will be looking over their shoulder at and wondering, like, what the hell's coming for us, because the Warriors are not done yet. Not yet. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and take a quick podcast promo, or as if you're watching this on YouTube, a commercial break, and then we'll be back to talk a little, let's see. 49ers, talk quickly about the 49ers, do a quick update, and then talk a little bit about the Oakland Athletics, who lost one of my favorite players ever, and Marcus Simeon. So you're watching Double K's Classroom right here on the Voice Presents Radio Network on YouTube and also on Spreaker. Peace. You are listening to Double K's Classroom right here on the Voices Presents Radio Network. Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, CastBox, and wherever you find your favorite podcasts.
So, what's up? Steve Fingerstyles here, the host of the podcast, spelled DA, of course. Tune in each and every week to hear what pisses me off, what angers me, what I make fun of, and of course, my crazy rants. I also have incompetent co-hosts, cool guests, and a silent producer that sucks. So what more do you need from a podcast? You can listen on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, SoundCloud, and the Pod Bros Network. Peace.
Hey guys, this is Venice, and I've got a message from a friend of mine about my favorite podcast.
It's your boy, Flavor Flav in full effect. Check this out, everybody. I want y'all to go check out TJ.
What's good, everybody? TJ Johnson here for Voice from the Underground. I am the most handsome.
Big Has.
And I'm smoking my cigar, of course.
You know what I'm saying? And Dutch.
You pick me up in an Uber and a PT Cruiser, I'm calling Lyft.
Cause they be fighting the power, talking about social issues, politics, you know what I'm saying?
And we're not even that good.
Right, we're terrible. Terrible. Tangents all over the place.
And not only that, but they be keeping it fun with the sports, music, comics, and movies too.
Am I allowed to talk?
I think no, not right now.
Shut up, colonizer!
You know what I'm saying? He on Twitter at VFU Podcast. So you can find them. So check 1, 2. This is Flavor Flav. Yeah, boy.
Okay, what Flav was trying to say is, check out Voice from the Underground on your favorite podcast network.
Voice from the Underground.
Man brain. You know you want it. You know you need it. Let me introduce you to our team of audio professionals, 100% committed to giving you the greatest extreme comedy podcast of all time.
What's SPH? I'm so super cute.
Send me your orgasmic release videos.
You can get it rootin'. You can get it tootin'. You can get it doing doughies in your yeet. Mi nombre es Tío Yeti. And you just laugh at little Hank. I ain't gonna pretend I's fresh. But looks like you might like that.
And most importantly, I'm Skullfucker. Rah! Go to manbrainpodcast.com to get orally violated. Manbrain out.
All right, and I'm back, y'all. What's up? And so this is that edition where we're going to talk a little bit about the San Francisco 49ers. Y'all know where they finished last year. Y'all know what's up. I'm here to talk a little bit about ain't much changed other than the fact they brought in Josh Rosen. That's something I really like. Josh was somebody that I felt was kind of let down by the team in Arizona when they drafted Kyler Murray the year after drafting him. Was never really given a chance to develop anywhere that he went, really. In Miami, they went with Tua over him, and just maybe because he outplayed him, who knows? But he may thrive in the Shanahan offense. You never know. I like him. I like bringing him in, but that's about all that's really changed with them. But there's two things I want to talk about. First and foremost, there was this talk about throwing in somebody like Nick Bosa if Deshaun Watson was available. Nah. No, you don't include. There are certain names that you don't ever include on that list. Nick Bosa, George Kittle, Javon Kinlaw, Jaquiski Tart, Jimmy Ward. These are all players that have proven themselves to be able to be stout and reliable players in this recent iteration of Kyle Shanahan's offense. So, like, you don't get rid of these guys. You don't move on from them. Like, you don't trade them away, even if it is for a generational quarterback, because it doesn't put us in a good position at all. I think that personally they should stick with Rosen, stick with Garoppolo, maybe draft a young quarterback in the later rounds to try to bring in. But yeah, like I'm just not seeing like where it's worth it. Like maybe if it was for like not even if it was for Tom Brady himself. You don't make that move. I think and the draft capital that the Texans are asking for Watson is just ridiculous. 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and then 2 defensive starters. Nah, man, you're kind of twisted on that one. So I don't think I think the 49ers really this offseason would be best served sitting pat and using that money. Like I think they got $20 million under the cap or so. They'll be best served to use that money. Making or filling in like the defensive back core and working on getting some better offensive linemen. Alex Mack mentioned that he would be interested in coming to play for the team. Bringing back a Frank Gore or bringing in Todd Gurley is a possibility as well. I would love to see either one of those things happen. Both of those guys are excellent players and would love to see them come in and help this young team get even better, but we're pretty stacked at the running back position, so they have to be willing to take a kind of a part-time role because Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson Jr. have earned their spots as starter and immediate backup of that Niners squad as long as they can stay healthy. What else? There's been talk of bringing in Sam Darnold. I don't mind that. Like you say, his cap hit is only about $4 million for next year, so like, yeah. I can see that would give us more than enough money to re-sign Bosa and some of these other guys, Warner, Greenlaw, like some of these other guys that we young guys that we need to sign and have a pretty decent quarterback. But like I said, at this point, it would probably be best for the Niners to just stick with it with Jimmy Garoppolo and not move on. Last but not least, I'm going to spend the last couple minutes just kind of talking about the fact that I'm kind of sad that the A's ended up letting Micah Simeon go, I believe, to the White Sox. Like, it's sad. I like Simeon. He's one of my favorite players on the A's, and I thought that we would put forth the money to keep him around and try to make this work long term because I think he was a key to us being able to advance and potentially get to a World Series. But we'll see what happens with him. We've got some. Logan Paulson is a pretty good prospect, so we've got some options to replace him with. I just can't wait to see what they do overall. Overall, I enjoy watching the Athletics play, but I'm getting tired of late season flameouts. Shit, it's even happening in my video games. I play MLB The Show 20 and get late season flameouts by the A's. Like, it hurts my feelings. So. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up on that. I'm glad to see that Tom Brady is solidifying his role as GOAT of all football, whether y'all like it or not. Brady was the reason why the Bucs won that. And, yeah, good luck to all the rest of the teams next year, especially my 49ers. Peace.